I remember the moment his dark eyes met mine for the very first time. For an instant, the warmth of his African smile melted the cold sting of isolation. I was age 21, 11,000 kilometres from home, and I knew no one. My immediate surroundings in the university appeared beautiful. Elegant stone buildings shot up like proud soldiers standing tall, keeping watch on the slums pouring into town and climbing hills in a chaotic sprawl. The streets had a look, smell and feel of something I'd never tasted. A pungent aroma of poverty, racism, wealth and education. This unfamiliar flavour forcing me to swallow and try and grasp its behaviour. My friendship with the Ngwani evolved by competing in rounds of pool at the pub. A cross-racial relationship blossomed while building Jenga blocks. We spent hours each week playing games, telling stories of how we grew up in completely opposite ways. His childhood memories were of spiders creeping up while he slept on a hard mud floor, while I enjoyed a luxurious home with a view of Brisbane water from my bedroom door. We tried to blend and invent our own version of the world, one where South Africa's dark history and politics weren't able to survive. But the rose-tinted filter of our imagination wasn't able to erase the deep scar of discrimination. For the ghost of apartheid had been kept alive within the confine of my student housing, where there were 2 lounge rooms, one for white people, one for African people. Of course, there was no written sign. Invisible walls of segregation existed only in the mind. Sets of generations believing lies and propaganda, enforced social hierarchy and delusions of grandeur. My white girlfriends immediately warned that you can never date a black man, while observant classmates issued instructions on how relationships were meant to be, crying, "Bella, didn't you know that 6 million black South Africans are living with HIV? After spending approximately 1 month on campus, I realised the small community of Grahamstown would bring my education. The streets were my university, teaching me lessons in racism. But against the odds, Ngwani and I chose to stay together. I learned how to stand my ground against insults so intolerant and feeble. One man even condemned our relationship by declaring it was illegal. And when he took me inside African clubs, I discovered the ache of being an outcast minority. Watchful eyes bounced with the beat as bodies pulsated in a choreographed trance. Thankfully, it didn't bother him that I'm just an awkward white girl that doesn't know how to dance. My biggest shock happened while waiting in line at a popular bar. I clenched in horror as a young coloured girl was punched in the face. Security attacking for no other reason than she was born mixed race. Her damaged appearance reflected in the puddles of my eyes. Swollen with fear and anguish, I followed as she was led away. Bruised body stitching the pathway with drips of blood. Fixated on this crimson line, staining the earth, the mark of racial divide. I felt sorrow, guilt and confusion because my heritage placed me on the privileged side of a postmodern, post-prejudice, post-something, post-nothing society, fanning the flame of romance with the Ngwani in a ferocious spark. Together, we fought for equality with one simple weapon, focusing on the heart. To prove that real love is not defined by appearance, politics, AIDS epidemics, or the colour of your skin. My African boyfriend would say, "I love you" in 7 different languages. It was honest, real, and came from a sacred place we shared within. Thank you.